keeps you up all fucking night long. That sucks.
Yeah, but my heart's racing too because of the thoughts, I think, and the fear of not being able to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know.
Do you ever see the shadow people? That's what happens apparently when you smoke too much meth and you stay up too long in a row. Like you start seeing things in the corner of your eye. They call them the shadow people. Apparently they're terrifying.
I don't see shadow people. I don't have sleep paralysis usually, although sometimes I wake up and think I'm having sleep paralysis because there's something on my chest, and that's like a thing that people experience.
Yeah, the demon like hovers over your face.
There's like this dark shape, and it's pressing down on my chest, and then I become a little more sentient, a little more awake, and Butternut is sleeping on my chest.
Oh, Butternut's our cat. Our fucking cat wakes you up in the middle of the night by sleeping on top of your chest.
There's this pressure. There's this darkness. Yeah.
Why does she do that?
I don't know. She really likes it.
It's so annoying. That's so funny. The experience of sleep paralysis is literally happening to you in real life, but it's just our cat.
Yeah.
You wake up and our cat's butthole is just on your nose.
Oh my God. Heaven forbid. Do you want to tell the story about our cat's butthole?
It's a quick story. You just, in the middle of the night, she gets crusties in her eye, our cat does, and so Kelsey Ann rolls over and our cat is there, and so she tries to wipe the crusties out of her eye, and then she wakes up a little more and she realizes she's thumbing our cat's butthole.
It was so drastic.
And she told me this the next morning. She said she only woke up enough to go, ah, and then fall back asleep.
Yeah, and I couldn't wake up to get up or like go wash my hands, but I went, oh no, and I just looked at my hand and I put it under the pillow. And then I fell asleep. But okay, so when I had my first bout of real insomnia in September, I took melatonin. It didn't work. There were gummies, you know how the gummies go. It didn't work. I'm like, well, I need more melatonin. I took another one. It says to take 2. So I was like, okay, and now I've taken the real dose. Couldn't sleep. I just was so angry. Hours later, I took another one. Turns out that was like a total of like 15 milligrams melatonin.
Yeah, you
which
overdose.
Is like insane. And I was laying in bed and there was this, you have a creepy fan. And it like looks like a man in that room. Anyway.
Yeah, lots of things look like men in the middle of the
your
night.
dad's coat rack.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It's really terrible because it has a top hat because it's a coat rack. It has a coat and
a hat.
It's not
a top hat. My dad doesn't wear top hats.
What is it? What kind of hat is it?
Just a regular hat.
Just a hat?
Well, my dad is...
it's a Panama hat. We don't have to talk about his hats. He's a hat wearing guy.
He's a hat guy.
Okay. But
it's his thing. Just let him have his thing.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That's the midlife crisis. It's the hats.
Yeah.
So I... Out of the corner of my eye.
Cool hats. They're cool hats. But, you wake up in the middle of the night, and you see the coat rack with the fucking hat on it, and you're like, geez, it's the devil.
Yeah. So I was in bed. I was awake on melatonin, 15 milligrams. There was a man sitting in the chair next to the bed. He was sitting cross-legged. He was leaned over, real genteel, like on his elbow. And he had nice slacks. He had a blazer, and he's smoking a pipe. I think
this is not my dad. Kelsey Ann is hallucinating.
No, there's a man, and he's sitting there, and he asks me how I would like to sell my soul, and I was like, "Ooh, good question." And he was like, a Southern gentleman, basically. He was like, "Well, how now? You've come to the crossroads." Yes.
Sipping a mint julep.
And would you like to sell your soul finally, girl? And I was like, listen, I have to run this by a few of my colleagues and do some market research, but I'm not saying no. That's all I can tell you. At the moment, the answer is not no, but I'd like a good night's sleep to think about it, like rest on it. Let me sleep on it. If you could give me sleep and I'll sleep on it, then tomorrow night I'll let you know what my final answer is about the soul thing.
And what did he say?
He was sort of egging me on, but he took it well. He took it well.
So you made a deal with the devil.
I did.
Just to come back later, though.
Yeah. Well,
I like that.
I didn't.
You postponed your deal with the devil.
It's a good deal. You know,
It's a good deal.
Success, fame, money, my soul. Who gives a fuck? What's a soul?
I'm not doing anything with that anyway.
I've been waiting for someone to ask me if I'd like to sell my soul my whole life. The answer is probably yes.
Absolutely.
I just had to crunch some numbers. I had to just whip up a quick spreadsheet, and then I'll get back to him with like a final solution for my life.